Okay, for the skirt, I brought the base mesh that again, the clean base mesh that I made for the high poly. I brought it from ZBrush, and what I'm trying to do to basically first, I'm trying to separate the different layers and be sure that everything is kind of like manageable before I like go in. And what I try to do is that, because again the borders is separated mesh from the main part. At first I'm trying to remove all the edges that I don't need, and I'm trying to connect these two pieces together. And there are a lot of edges that I don't need here for this one. And yeah, this is, I need to just like add an edge around the one on the, I use the main part as a reference to match the border with the main part of the skirt. And that would be much easier. And here, because I have all of those stitches, it would be crazy if I wanted to retopologize all of those. I mean, it's not needed at all. Because of that, what I'm trying to do is to basically keep my surface kind of like flat on top of that, to be able to bake all of those in normal map. So I jumped ahead a little bit, because basically I was just like removing edges and trying to match it to the other part. So it was nothing fancy at all. So it was like all exactly the same as what we were doing. And for this piece, again, it's like simple. I brought the base mesh from ZBrush, and what I'm trying to do is to, instead of cleaning up the border, because it's much simpler model, I'm trying to extrude the extra edges there. And because this piece is underneath all of those different skirt layers, I remove the back part of it and only keep the part visible plus a little bit extra. I always want to have a little bit of room. Actually, maybe some people may call it like too much, but I keep it like that because it would be a lot easier to remove the extra pieces if needed than adding one. So here, I could retopologize these two pieces separately, but I figured maybe it's better to merge those like two layers on top of each other. So I've done it like that, and yeah. Comparing to the other stuff that we are retopologizing for this character, it's like this is one of the most simple parts of this character. So because of that, I'm just like, I'm not talking too much about it because it's nothing special. For making the thickness, I just like, after I've done the top part, I extrude everything and remove the back part. And yeah, I think that's the easiest way to add the thickness. Yeah, I just like noticed that I was not looking at the model from the bottom view because I had some of these like kind of like a pipe fold stuff. So I fixed those, and I'm trying to add a little bit more extra thickness to it. And when you, to be fair, when you start retopologizing it like a complex character, at some point your brain gets tired, and you try to do some of the stuff in a like a super simple way to kind of like clear your brain cache and basically kind of like rest a little bit before going to the more crazy stuff. And yeah, here, I mean, I could do smarter ways for adding that thickness, but I've done it this way. It's not the end of the world. It's kind of like 2 minutes. Yeah. For all of these different layers of skirt, I've done basically exactly the same way. I made them exactly the same way. Basically, remove the extra edges, connected the main piece to the borders, and yeah, kind of like match them to the project them on the high poly and call it done basically. And here is this one is like the top piece, the top layer. And again, for this one, because I just like don't I'm going to use the double-sided shader. I only keep the borders, and that should give me the good sense of thickness for the whole piece. And yep, I think that should work all fine. Again, if at the end we notice that it won't look good after we bake the model, we can always come back and add the thickness to the whole piece. It's not a big deal. So what I'm trying to do is, because I have that kind of like a cavity between the border and the main piece, I'm trying to add one line inside there to be able to cut my UV from there, to be sure that my seam line again is not that visible. And whenever I just like merge two pieces together, I try to add those like diagonal lines and make the mesh triangulated manually to be sure that it won't look terrible when it's done automatically. Yeah, it's mostly like making sure the again, like the cut line or the border line between two pieces are clean. Or like, for example, for these kind of like asymmetrical border line in the middle, I'm not sure it's a border line, the cut line in the middle, I usually make like two sides and mirror the object and come back and work on the middle part a little bit more manually without having a symmetry on. Or like that. Because this piece was not fully symmetrical, I needed to again use the soft selection to match the low poly that I done for the other side to the high res for this side. But some of the folds were like a little bit different. I'm not planning to have like mirrored UV for this piece. Again, for example, for all of these pieces, if you had like a lower budget, you could skip some of those shapes, but here I think what we have here is good enough. And here's the final result. You see, I still try, after you make all of them, you may come back and see if you need to adjust anything. And here I'm doing some cleanup work. But yeah, this is the final result for this one.